Hey Collective, it's Intuitive Pisces Moon and welcome to the channel. I'm so excited to have each and every one of you, and I hope that this reading brings some insight for you. So we're going to be celebrating Friday the 13th, and for me, Friday the 13th is about the day of the Divine Feminine. So this is the day that we honor the Divine Feminine. We cleanse away aspects of ourselves that we no longer need. It's a time to face fears, and it is a day of the goddess. So before we even jump into today's reading, that is what we're going to be working with today. Your affirmation to start this reading is, I embody goddess energy. My energy is sacred. So that being said, we are going to use some special decks that I have pulled just for today's reading. So we have the Dark Goddess Oracle deck, and we also have Wisdom of the House of Night. So this is Nyx. So there's a lot of divine feminine goddess energy flowing through right now in the collective. So whether you identify as a divine masculine, divine feminine, it matters not. We all carry a balance of energy of the two. So even if you don't identify as a divine feminine, this reading could still be for you. So I am going to jump right in and see what wants to come through for today. I have no agenda other than just I was guided to use these specific decks. So we're gonna take a look. All right, so we're gonna start with the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. So what do we have for the collective? What do they need to know right now? This Friday the 13th. And actually, there are 3 Friday the 13th this year, which is beautiful because that almost never happens. Just so you know, we've got a lot. So the first card that wanted to come out here is the Moon. All right, so we're going to start today's reading out there. What else do we have, please? What this card is telling me is hidden power. There is like an untapped power that's happening out there right now, and some of you are just, it's like you can feel it. I'm almost getting like feeling it pulsating through you, whether it is your pulse, your bloodline, your energy. Something is radiating out from you, and you can feel this energy wanting to come through. I don't know if there's some of you out there that are like pushing it down or distracting from it. I'm getting that message, but there's definitely some strong feminine power here. Okay, the next card we got is Movement, which we have a horse. Lovely, because again, we've got the year of the horse here right around the corner. So there's something that's asking you to move. Maybe physical locations. You're actually moving your residences. Maybe you are moving out of a relationship or into a relationship. There's some kind of movement that wants to happen here. Could be career related. Okay, that's all that came to me for that. And then we have cycles, so more moon energy. Again, lovely feminine energy. I love this. So what I'm getting with this is you have completed a cycle. The cycle that has just recently completed for you is done. And Spirit wants to give you the message that it's time to move out of that energy. There's nothing there for you. So you need to get out of it, move forward, and go towards this new cycle, new life, new location, new job, new relationship, whatever this new aspect is that wants to come through for you. Let's get one more. Yeah, like I'm getting like the door slammed shut behind you. You can't go back through it. It's a dead end. You can't go that way anymore. It's time to choose a new direction. You might be at a crossroads right now. Very powerful Hecate energy here with the crossroads. All right, and the last one that came out is focus. Okay, so we're going to use those to start our reading for today. And I am going to read from the book a little bit on these. So let's start with that first one, which is the moon card. Again, I interpret it very closely to what the tarot moon card would be. So feminine energy, potentially hidden things, potential illusions. All right, so when you choose the symbol of the moon as your guide, you know that it's necessary to look beyond the obvious to know the truth of things. Sometimes people will say one thing, and you have a weird feeling that they mean something else altogether. You have this power. You are being asked to use it now. Choose another card for a deeper look at what's really going on behind the scenes. So this is a sign that you must trust your gut. Your instincts and your intuition will lead the way through the darkness. So whatever it is that you are facing at this time, it may feel like a dark period. I always call it like the void space. But you need to trust that where you're at is fertile ground for something new. And that's why we have the movement and the cycles and the focus. So rather than dwelling on something that's going on in the past or this cycle that you've just ended and left behind, again, the very strong message here is that there is nothing back there for you. So I'm going to pull one goddess card for this card here, for the moon card. What goddess wants to come through and give advice for the collective? Thank you. We have Niriti, which is misfortune. Ooh, I already know where this is going. Again, it feels like if you continue to try to go backwards, that's kind of what could happen here. So let me read from this one as well. All right, misfortune has arrived on your doorstep. Dealing with financial strife, adversity, illness, or pain is never easy. If you have experienced a loss, do not be afraid to seek help and lean on those who are offering assistance. You do not need to suffer alone. Allow Niriti, if I'm saying that right, to help carry the weight of your burdens. Remember that nothing lasts forever and these hardships will pass. So that's more for those of you who completed the cycle and may have felt like, again, you lost something. So just know that spirit, the universe, whatever you relate to there, never, ever, ever takes something out of your life without replacing it, not only with something of equal value, but of greater value. So the lesson here in this is, again, whatever doors have closed behind you are closed for a reason. Don't go back and try to bang your head on that door that's already been closed for you because there's nothing there for you anymore. And again, I'm even getting that there may even be a past version of you that doesn't exist back there at this point. So whatever it is that you feel is lost or gone, let it go. There is nothing that you can do at this point besides moving forward and focusing on the next leg of your journey here. So I'm going to read the next card here with the movement, which this reminds me of the Chariot card. So this is a time of change and movement and a symbol for wonderful surprises. If you've been waiting for something, you will soon have clarity. You will get answers that you thought would never come, and you will move closer to things that were out of reach before. Perhaps this card predicts a trip that you've always wanted to take. A symbol for movement can indicate both change of scene and a real shift in the direction of your life. No matter what this symbol holds for your question, know that wonderful change is now possible. This is the day, or this is the time to make your move. All right, similar to what I said, maybe getting a new job, new relationship, new home, changing locations, just something to that effect. It's just movement in general. okay, in all aspects of your life. Let's see what goddess wants to come through for this one. Thank you. We have Santa Muerte, which is death. I love it. Got the Reaper tools there. All right, let's see what Santa Muerte has to say here. Death has arrived, but do not fear. Santa Muerte is here to guide you through this safely. There is an aspect of your life that you must realize is no longer serving you. You have arrived at the end of this particular journey, but new ones await you. Letting go of the past is difficult but necessary for growth. Resistance will only lead to pain. Focus your energy on letting go of what is no longer serving you and instead visualize the new possibilities in your future. Focus. So, lots of synchronicities here, okay? So again, ending a cycle. There's darkness and uncertainty, but you're being called to move forward out of that, because if you dwell any longer in that space, nothing good can come of it. Again, there is nothing for you back there. All you're going to find is old cycles that you've already cycled out of, learned lessons from. That includes people, that includes older versions of yourself. So I keep hearing that this is a gift. Your gift is the ability to move on now. Give this gift. So have you ever seen Intervention? It's taken me to that show where, you know, the counselor sits down with the person that they're all doing the intervention, and they all read their letters. Their loved ones read their letters to them. Literally every person refers to the intervention as a gift. They're like, accept this gift of sobriety, of whatever, you know. So they're calling it a gift. So know that whatever has been left behind, again, nothing there for you. But this new start is a gift. The lessons that you got from it are a gift. Okay? So that's how I am being called to word that situation. All right, let's get into the cycles card, which again, we pretty much already know what this is going to say. What goes around comes around is the message of the symbol cycles. The moon goes from new to full in cycles that repeat each month. Whatever you are planning to do or to reveal by asking your question will be revisited in other circumstances. Be clear about your action. You will surely meet this experience again. Remember, what goes around comes around, like the moon that revolves around the planet. The energy that you express in your next action will orbit around you. Make sure it's a good one. All right. And then while I was reading that, I also heard that if you do go backwards, you are going to repeat a cycle. Okay? And that shouldn't even need to be said, but I feel I have to say it. All right, what goddess wants to come through for this card? Thank you. Athena, wisdom. Yes, I love this so much because you are now wiser. You are now wiser for having gone through what you went through. You are now in a place of, I know now what I don't want. I'm hearing that very strongly. This is what I don't want. And that's why you're not going to go backwards, because you didn't want that back there. What you do want, though, is something different. And now you are wiser from having gone through this lesson, this cycle, and you can choose wisely what it is that you're going to pick for this next part of your journey. So let's see what Athena has in the book. The answers that you seek are inside you. You just need to listen. Athena tells you to have trust in yourself. Your deep inner wisdom is speaking through your intuition. You have years of knowledge and experience to draw upon. Don't be afraid to take action. You know exactly what needs to be done, and there is no need to doubt yourself. There it is. Look at that. I love it so much. There's this energy of your inner self, your higher self, your soul. You already know where you're headed. You already know where it is you want to go. If anything is pulling you backwards, it's not for you. Listen to that voice of why you would be called to go backwards for any reason whatsoever. Is there some sort of sense of security back there? Is there something back there that you feel is not going to be replaced in some way? I'm just getting here that whatever it is, it's trash. It's trash. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Like you can't put it back together. You can't put the broken pieces back together. You're going to get a brand new one. It's like totaling a car. Yep, you're going to get a better upgraded one. And the weird thing is I've been doing readings here for a couple weeks now that have been giving me this message. I believe that this same kind of thing came out just in the last reading that I did with the Imbolc and the full moon. It was in there. It was like you're getting an upgrade. So don't worry about whatever it is that you feel. Again, it's just kind of your perception that you're losing something or that something's being left behind. Like what's ahead is so much better. And I know because of the moon card here, you can't see it. And it's hard for our human mind to perceive that something coming could be better than what we're leaving behind. That's the difficult part here. It's like our brain doesn't want to acknowledge or accept that that could be possible. Maybe for the lot of you, if not all of you, it's been hardship after hardship, maybe your whole life, and you're just like, when is it going to get better? Here it is. You get to choose when it gets better. Because if you choose to move forward and to choose better, then that's where you're headed. But if you choose to stay back and repeat this cycle, that's where the misfortune comes in. You are now wiser. You have let things go that needed to be let go. It is time to move on. All right, let's look at this last card here. This is the focus card. So Spirit's calling you to focus on where it is you want to go. And specifically, if it's in a relationship, if it's in a job, if it's in a home, think and feel about what it looks like, what it feels like. These are how you manifest your desires. So again, just an example, let's say that what you lost back here was a relationship, and you may tend to go back and pound on that person's door and be like, I want you back. What Spirit's calling you to do is let that person go. The relationship has served its purpose. The cycle has ended. It's a dead end. In fact, it's no longer a door. It's been bricked and walled up. You can't go that way anymore. It's like the labyrinth, right? It keeps changing. That's not a door anymore. That's a brick wall. What you now focus on is how you want this next relationship to feel, to look like. Same with the job, same with the house, same with whatever it is that's with this cycle ending. Maybe it's all of the above. Maybe some of you just burned your life up and we're like, yep, we're starting all over again. And it happens. I have definitely done it myself, and you just have to kind of dream what you want that next phase to look like. And even if it doesn't look like that exactly right at the start, you just start slowly building towards that. And again, if it was all three things, focus on one. Maybe it's the job first. The job's going to help you get the house. Then you're stable enough to start another relationship. Like, kind of do things in a, particular order here of what makes the most sense. Okay, let's read the focus card. My child, when you draw this symbol, it is a wonderful sign that with focus, you will achieve what you want. If I give you an arrow and a bow to use, how will you shoot and hit your mark? This is a reminder that you must let go of all distractions and have the courage to give it your all. Your arrow will be drawn to whatever you focus on, so keep your eye on the target. However, remember that you can't control every outcome. Just as the wind can influence the path of your arrow, there are many factors determining the course of your plans. To achieve anything, you must focus, take aim, and let go. All right. So again, I kind of look at that as that manifestation. How are you wanting your new life to feel, to look? All of that, right? With the job, with the person, with the house, with the whatever it is, the car, the project, whatever it is that you're manifesting, okay? It's all within your power to call it into your life. You just got to let go of whatever this is. All right, let's get a goddess card. Thank you. We have Allah, which is virtue. Love it. She's got a snake on her neck. All right, let's see what she has to say. Be honest with yourself. You know in your heart what is right, even when it isn't easy. Take this time to reflect on the situation before rushing into action. Trust in your compassion, goodness, and integrity. Allah is here to guide you on that virtuous path and remind you to come back to the righteous path if you stray. All right, so that's about doing the right thing, okay? Now, what I'm gathering with that is doing the right thing for you, okay? Maybe for the good of all and humanity, but also mostly for you. So, example again, relationships. Maybe you stayed in a past relationship because they were benefiting from it, but you were not benefiting from it. Now, that can be hard to be honest with yourself about, but that might be something that needs to be addressed. If it was a job, maybe you knew the owner and you got really close to the owner, but you were not paid well. I don't know if you were treated well or not. Maybe you just decided one day, this job is not for me and I need to go find something different, and you are feeling like you owe them a sense of loyalty in some way. That could go in relationships as well. I don't know if you heard that, but something just fell and crashed. I'll have to go investigate that. So that was a sign, though, an omen, right? You don't owe anybody anything. You need to be true to yourself. And only you know what direction it is that you need to go next. Nobody can tell you. And if you let people tell you which way it is that you need to go, then you're just going to be, again, living for them and what they want for you. So just be careful of that. All right, let's jump into the tarot and see what wants to come out. Let's find out. Okay. Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So what I was going to ask before that came out was, again, going back to what happens if you go backwards rather than forward. And we did get the Knight of Swords in reverse. So what that's telling me is a lack of movement. It's going to leave you feeling stuck. It's going to, again, if you're going to repeat the cycle, it's going to leave you feeling like you're not moving at all. I'm also getting the message here not to force anything right now. I mean, ever. You shouldn't force anything. But in particular, if something has left your life, let it go. Don't like force it to stay. And don't force things to fall into place right now. It's definitely not going to be to your advantage. All right, what else wants to come through for that? The Eight of Wands, which is interesting because the Eight of Wands was at the bottom when I was looking at it before. So again, more movement, fast movement. It's literally gonna go from you feeling stuck or not moving at all to very quick movement. You're gonna feel this shift and this change very, like, instantaneously. So whatever it is in the past that you've been hanging on to, Spirit just wants you to just go for this change, this movement. It's gonna be exciting to you, okay? Whatever it is that you let go was not for you, and that's why it's being left in the past, and that's why you may feel stuck. Okay, and if you repeat the cycle, you will feel the same way. All right, what else do we have here? What else? Thank you. Four of Cups. All right, so I'm also getting that this may create some boredom for you. The Four of Cups for me is very much the meh card. Like, meh. And I'm getting that there's like a split, there's split versions of you out there. Some of you are afraid that what you go towards is going to be boring. And that's why you're afraid to go. You're like, it can't be as good as this. Like, I don't know if it's definitely a mindset thing where you're like, guess what? What's back here is the bee's knees. I need to stay here a little longer. I don't know why. Like, clinging for dear life, I'm hearing. And then the other half of you are already feeling that with this old way of doing things, like very just discontent with the way things have turned out. Again, with the boredom, the meh. And maybe some of you have settled there and just completely been like, I can't perceive me doing any better than this because it's just always been like this. And so I'm having trouble with that. We do have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which again, beautiful energy here because this is you and what it looks like when you finally get out of this, right? It's like this is your reward. This is what your life looks like after the meh. All right. What else do we have here? Thank you. 10 of Pentacles. Like, seriously. Maybe you're leaving behind 3 Pentacles. And you're like, yeah, I'm good with 3 Pentacles. But Spirit's like, I want to give you 10 Pentacles. I want to give you not only 10 Pentacles that you're just going to go spend, but like 10 Pentacles that are stability. That are going to set you up for generations. solid, stable foundation. More than enough. This could also indicate a windfall, an inheritance. But I am getting that you are building this. You may have some help building it. Got the Sun card at the bottom. Beautiful energy there. What else do we have? Like, I can't think of a reason, if this were my reading and my life, why I would want to stay back here in this, when I know that this is what's coming for me. And that this is what I'm building towards. Like, there's no reason. Okay, Queen of Wands. Love it, love it, love it. Queen of Wands wants to come out to remind you about your fiery passion, your leadership abilities, moving forward with passion, with determination, with confidence, charisma. It's literally like there's a lot of fire energy here between the focus, because, you know, we have the bow and arrow with the fire. That's Sagittarius. Queen of Wands can be any of the fire signs: Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It's like, what is it that you're trying to build for yourself? Good. Now go out and build it. And don't ever doubt yourself. I'm also hearing do it the right way with the Virtue card. Okay, that's important. And Nine of Swords. All right, so this is likely what's holding many of you back. It's this feeling of fear, anxiety. Here's the King of Wands. So this is honestly giving me, for those of you, this is such a hard message to take out, or to put out. You don't feel you deserve this. And so you have settled for what you feel you deserve. And I am not sure who convinced you of that, but that's not your voice talking. You deserve everything and more, and you have every right to have it. You have every capability within yourself to create it. And if anyone comes along and tells you otherwise, they don't belong in your life. Yuck, I don't like this energy. There's something here that's convinced you that you can't have this. What I'm going to tell you is the voices in your head, which again, if you need to go see a therapist or something, go do that, because I'm not a therapist, not that kind of therapist. I'm talking about the voice that's repeatedly told you that you can't do something, that you shouldn't do something, you don't deserve something. These are just jealous, envious people, and It's unfortunate that they have to project their insecurities onto you. So if these are the people you're leaving behind, yeah, they're gonna scratch and claw at you as you leave and try to convince you to stay. Because they believe that's where you belong, because that's where they believe they belong. Again, a job, a relationship, a home, whatever it is, lack mentality. But that's not what you want for yourself. Not only do you want better, but you can do better. And honestly, I don't know who needs to hear this, but they see it in you. And that's why they try to hold you back. There are so many people out there in competition with the collective. Again, silent competition, because who are we competing with besides ourselves? But so many other people want to get in competition with you. And you don't have to abide by that. So the choice is yours. The choice is always yours. You get to decide for yourself if this is the life that you want, or if this is the life you want. Misfortune, death, not literal death, just endings. No movement, boredom, and fear. How many people do you know out there that are in this energy? Because I know a lot. They kind of get settled in where they are in life, and they're just like, where I am is good enough. I'm not gonna press my luck. So I'm just gonna stay right here. And then they try to drag you along and keep you in this as well. So, again, I say the choice is yours. The choice is always yours. And I always highly, highly recommend that you use your intuition with any tarot reading that you come across. If this message is meant for you, it will always find you. Your destiny will always find you. And if this message is not for you, then turn away. Like, go somewhere else. Oh man. All right, let's get some messages from the universe to close this reading out for you. This has been a beautiful reading, a very eye-opening spread here. Thank you. Bigger and better experiences are coming your way. You may not be able to see it, but great things are coming together for you as you read this. Trust the process and let it unfold in divine timing. Move forward knowing that all is working out just fine. I can't even with the synchronicities. I honestly get like emotional reading this stuff because of how well it's tied together. I can't make this up. Thank you. If you are feeling stuck, I can't with this. If you are feeling stuck in any area of your life, whether it is in a relationship, a job, or just a situation, ask yourself, what is stopping me from leaving? Yes, leaving is scary, but sometimes it is the right step to take. Be brave, we are right beside you. No jokes here. This is all serious. But it feels like, the record's on repeat. Let's get one more. What is a final? There we go. Love yourself more by saying no to things that feel draining and burdening for you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes to please other people is a real act of self-love. Bam. Yes, mic drop. That is it. Right there. I'm telling you, you're gonna get these people that want to try to tell you what to do with your life, to push you in the direction they want you to go because it benefits them. Or it doesn't, and they just want to see you at their level. But they know, and you know, that you love yourself more and are gonna do better. I mean, icing on the cupcake here. This has been a beautiful reading. And again, if it was for you, beautiful. If it wasn't, that's okay. Then this wasn't your reading. I just read the energy on the table. And also know that maybe this past energy is that. It's in the past. So maybe a lot of you are not currently dealing with the crossroads at the moment. You've already passed that aspect and left behind the things that have left behind. And maybe now you're in this movement part. And then in the future, you start to focus your energy and you start to step into that leadership and confident role and you build that legacy for yourself. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain yourself to anybody. Oh, why are you leaving? Because I want to. You want to go out today? No. Well, why not? Just no. All right, collective. This has been your beautiful Friday the 13th, day of the divine feminine, day of the goddess reading. I am feeling so empowered as a divine feminine to give you this message. And I hope that you are empowered as well to stand up for yourself and to say no when it does not fit your agenda. And hopefully you're not saying yes to somebody else's agenda. Okay? Oh, thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful reading. I am so happy to be the guiding light to give this to the collective today. I wish all of you a life of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Make sure you're pouring that love into yourself first. Love, love, love. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.